All right, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the epic Nearshore Panama City. I'm Bob. Right now, we are offshore. Um, the waves are a little bit rougher than what I expected. Um, so I don't know that we're going to be able to fish out here. I put the trolling motor down a few minutes ago, and the nose of the boat was bouncing so hard that the trolling motor was coming out of the water, which is not good for a trolling motor. Um, the wind's not bad. I mean, it's really not bad, but the waves are pretty sporty. So we pulled up on a wreck that I hadn't fished before. And there isn't much of it left, but enough that you can see it. But with the waves bouncing as hard as they are, I don't know that we can sit out here and fish. So I don't know, we may go back inshore. I don't mind fishing in rough water, but I don't want to ruin my trolling motor and break my trolling motor because the waves are bouncing too much. So we'll see. Didn't look that bad when we were closer to the shore, so we may go back towards shore a little bit. We're out about 3 miles. We may go back closer to the shore and see if the waves are a little bit less. The wind's kind of out of the east, northeast. Mostly it looks like they're out of the east, but that's what's got the nearshore area kind of chopped up. The bay wasn't bad. Well, we came over to Wet and Wild, and the waves aren't quite as bad in here, a little closer than where I was. Nose of the boat's still coming out of the water a little bit, but we'll see. We'll drop a bait down, see if we can catch anything real quick. Most of what I catch here is flounder, triggerfish, mangrove snapper, lane snapper, stuff like that. What Wet and Wild is just an area of the Wet and Wild area is just a big area that they sunk stuff in. The spot that I'm sitting on it is an area that they've dropped concrete structures and concrete pipe and stuff like that. And anytime you have any kind of structure on the bottom, you're going to have some fish on it. So we'll fish here for a minute and see what we can catch. We're we're in about 56 feet of water here. Not too terribly deep. We do have a pretty good bit of current. I caught some pinfish this morning with the cast net, and then stopped at Pier 98 and got some live shrimp. I'm using a live shrimp right now. Little trigger. So the triggerfish are here. have no idea what that is. That's what's down there biting my bait. He's pretty, pretty tiny. Looks like a little grouper of some kind, but I've never seen one that color. Don't think he's a keeper. Puffer. There does seem to be a bunch of little red snapper here. That was tiny. I've got pinfish that I'm using for bait that are bigger than that. Little grouper. Little gag grouper. He's pretty. Oh, big red snapper, I think. Big fish, whatever it is. Big red snapper. Really big red snapper. So there's one I just caught. It's another probably 22-inch fish. Mm. Another big red snapper. They're a real nice keeper snapper. Smaller red snapper. Well, I didn't even fish here last year for red snapper. Too many other people that were fishing the same area, and talking to them, they weren't catching keepers. So I never did fish it last year. But and we've been here for about 15 minutes and caught 3 really good keepers. Had one more pull off that I saw that was bigger than the other ones. We caught a couple of small ones. So we're going to leave it. We'll find something else to catch somewhere else. Another red snapper. Not a keeper. Put this rod on the other side, drop it down so I could get a shrimp on, and caught a little red snapper. Sounds like another snapper. Mangrove. Well, that's what we were wanting to catch out here. It's a really nice, thick mangrove snapper. He's probably 15, 16 inches. Not sure what he's been eating. Looked like a pinfish. He's just shy of 15 inches. We'll keep him. Like another mangrove. A little mangrove. He's probably a keeper, but I don't need to keep him. A mangrove. Grouper. Big grouper. So that's a big gag grouper. And I'm sure he's a keeper, but they're out of season. This is the mangrove I caught just a minute ago, and he's over 10 inches, I'm sure, but I don't need him. Red snapper. And a little mangrove. Pretty fish. And a little red snapper. These are a nice red snapper. They're just not keepers. Of course, they're out of season anyway. And a little red snapper. Another little red snapper. Not seem to get away. And I'm gonna call it a day. The only thing that's biting right now is the little red snapper. So we've had a pretty decent day. Most of what I caught were red snapper and a couple of grouper. Caught a handful of mangrove snapper, including that 15-inch mangrove that's going home with me. The red snapper bite has definitely picked up. Fished some spots that I hadn't fished in a year and a half, but tried to go offshore. That was not pleasant. Really rough out there. But we'll try it again tomorrow. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to get notified when I release new videos, subscribe and ring the bell. And I appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow.